Hello, my name is Daniel DeMars, and I am going to give you a presentation and analysis of the film Amelie, directed by Jean-Pierre Jeunet and starring Audrey Tautou. So, this is for film as art class, and Aisha Stevenson um, being the professor. I would like to start out by giving some narrative background to the story, what the story is, and everything. So and I think really this film can be divided into two parts. One being the exposition, which is explains a lot of characters through a narrator, a non-diegetic narrator, that have varying degrees of relation to the overall plot, but also kind of give an emphasis to why Amelie is doing what she's doing, which is she decides one day that her primary focus in life should be to help people, and so that's what this large exposition that is made up of many small vignettes and smaller expositions of different characters is an expression of the the richness of the world of people, and is supposed to tell you why Amelie makes this decision to help others. So the first half is mainly an explanation of many different characters, some intimate with Amelie, like her father and her mother. He gives the director and the someone who's a screenwriter give a background of Amelie's childhood, and but there are also other sort of little quips, not quips, but quirks and picadillos that this narrator, who has a very French timbre and really sort of speaks in this urgent but also funny way about these characters. I think the narrator is key to this movie, because so much of it is devoted to the expository information of many different characters in Amelie's orbit. Like the painter, who is her neighbor, and even the people who populate the cafe where she works. The narrator goes through the likes and dislikes of these people with this sort of, reporting way that's almost like very urgent and, but also humorous, because it seems like the narrator has more concern and takes more seriously these small things about people than we, the audience, do. So, now, the one scene that is one of my favorite scenes from this movie, and generally speaking, it's a great scene, is when Bretodeau, who Amelie tries to find in order to Amelie tries to find Mr. Bretodeau, Monsieur whatever Bretodeau, in order to give him back his this box of trinkets that she finds stowed away in her apartment, and she leaves it in a phone booth, calls the phone booth when Monsieur Bretodeau is passing, and then he, being curious about it, I guess, goes into the phone booth, picks up the phone, and she hangs up. So I wanted to discuss in terms of mise en scène, what makes this the scene coming so amazing. And he looks in the box. He sees the box. He looks in the. So as I was saying, he looks in the box. Monsieur Bretaudeau looks in the box and realizes it's filled with these trinkets. He feels very nostalgic. It comes back to him all at once, is how the narrator says it. And he goes through this frame by frame. It's very rapid. It's like this overwhelming wave all at once. Boom. It's meant to give that sort of feeling that it's this rush of memories. And one is the Tour de France, and him playing with little toy cyclists, and he looks. Another is him looking through a hole in the wall at his aunt's hanging up her slips, and then there is the notorious day that he won all the marbles, and as he's put as a child. These all take place when he is a child, by the way, and as he puts them in his pocket, they're dropping out of his pocket. He can't fit them all. And his teacher tells him to get in line with the other kids, and he doesn't do it. And he blows his whistle until he can't even do it anymore. And then La Pince, he pinches his ear and brings him to the line, and his pockets rip, and all the marbles fall out. And this scene is so well edited in terms of what it's trying to convey. The whole rush of memories and everything like that. The way the frame by frame, it's very rapid. It goes through this, and the narrator is so key to this. The way his voice sounds, the way, like I said, that comic urgency in which he speaks, and as it is non-diegetic, it is not a part of the reality of what's the image before us, but it is meant to convey a mood, and also is meant to convey information, we obviously don't. There's obviously not this narrator in the sky who is narrating everything we do, unless you've seen Stranger Than Fiction. Anyway, so that scene is one of the great scenes of that movie, and the style and what it says about how Amelie, why Amelie is doing this, afterwards afterwards, Mr. Bretaudeau goes into her cafe and waxes about his own mortality and how he should get in contact with his daughter again, and all these things. And she is very trying to put on a poker face, like she doesn't know what he's talking about, and but she does, and she feels lighter after that in the movie. Now the second part is very different. It's about Amelie finding her own, finding something that fulfills her life instead of trying to fulfill others' lives and make them realize important things that they should do, or feel more enlightened or happier. So she's pursuing her own happiness this time. And I think the reason why the exposition is so long has to do with Amelie's main focus, which is the explicit meaning, and also semiotically speaking, it is indicative of her character that she cares more about other people than herself. And so when she is faced with attaining her own happiness, she is very much roundabout about it, and the second half is about her coming to terms with loving Mr. Quincampoix, and going through these games and clues and hints and things to try and lead him away yet come closer, sort of thing. And yeah, I think it's a great movie, and I think it really touches me in a lot of different ways. So, all right, thank you.